So first things first, I'm sorry about my voice, I've got a cold at the moment and I'm going to do my best to get through this, but a few weeks ago we were lucky enough to go to EGX, and while we were there, we got to chat to the team behind the upcoming Goat Simulator 3, as well as get a hands-on with the latest preview build. So in this video, I'll share our initial thoughts on what we experienced and tell you whether or not it's worth getting excited for. And if you were curious, this is in no way sponsored or paid for, so if I get super positive, that's just my genuine thoughts. Lastly, make sure to check out our interview with the minds behind Goat Simulator 3 on the channel after this, and don't forget to subscribe for plenty more video game content every single week. If you do, you can legally refer to yourself as the GOAT. It's fine, the GOAT told us we have the authority. For the uninitiated, Goat Simulator is essentially a chaotic sandbox game in which you cause havoc as a deranged goat. While the initial release was a self-confessed joke lampooning the rise of simulator games around the mid-2010s, regular updates made it into something much more substantial that people continue to enjoy to this day. But what about Goat Simulator 2? Well, it doesn't exist, and finding out why was like trying to figure out the Joker's origin story. Everyone we spoke to had a different explanation. Is the new game so incredible that it skipped 2? Was it a jab at Valve, proving that a third entry in a popular franchise can be made? Was it just a silly joke to promote a silly game? Who can really know for sure? Anywho, what's new this time around? By far and away, the biggest update is the addition of online multiplayer. Honestly, it's gonna be a game changer. What might have made you quietly chuckle to yourself before is now something that'll cause belly laughs between you and your dumb friends. Put it this way. Craig and I were wandering around as a shark and giraffe, blowing people up and launching each other into the air like some twisted Pixar movie. I genuinely had to ask for a tissue to wipe away the tears of laughter. While the first game did have local multiplayer, this takes things global. And where a lot of popular games have effectively become glorified chat rooms, I can easily imagine kicking back with digital friends and just dicking about as a goat. And while it was honestly a blast just wandering around aimlessly, the mini games on offer are just as fun. We had a pretty good selection to choose from in our demo, ranging from a floppy, ragdoll version of football to the classic floor is lava. And when you start most of the games, the play area starts wherever you're currently standing on the map. And this can lead to games of football on the side of a building or in the middle of a construction site, leading to very different experiences. And that's the thing. Despite there being obvious polish in terms of graphics and physics from the previous game, there's still an intentional level of jank that leads to some truly hilarious moments. Now don't get me wrong, we didn't experience anything game-breaking. Instead, you can expect things like clipping through a car you just hijacked or being flicked into near orbit by the lick of another player. A sentence I really wasn't expecting to say out loud, but here we are. But honestly, it's here where Goat Simulator's identity shines, and where things will never quite feel the same between each play. And this is all complemented by all the Zany customization options. Not only can you give yourself all the usual silly wigs and accessories, you can also play as a selection of other animals, each of which have their own way of controlling. While I should say my favourite was the shark, you know, given the logo and the name of the channel and everything, the giraffe was just too funny. Honestly, the giraffe's the best. It's so dumb, I love it. You can add stilts to the tall bugger and they just go higher and higher as you stack them, and honestly, I can't do it justice here. You're just gonna have to play it. Play as the giraffe. Do it now. So that's a brief roundup on my thoughts on Goat Simulator 3. Have you had a chance to check out a preview, or are you interested in picking it up? And if you want to learn more, check out our interview with the minds behind it. There should be a link somewhere on the screen now. But before then, don't forget to subscribe here for plenty more video game content every single week, or you can always visit upsidedownshark.com to keep up with everything we've got going on. And until then, my name is Tom, thank you for putting up with my croaky voice, and we'll see you next time.